Assalamu alaikum students. As you all know that we have started chapter number 7 and soon the notes will be given to you all. So you can complete your question answer side by side too on your copies. So those students who are not there in the class, I will recall this chapter again for you. So you can also listen what we have learned yesterday. So students, as you all know that there are different kinds of birds, and as there are different kinds of birds, so they eat different types of foods. Some eat birds eat the grains, some eat the fruits, some eat the seeds, some birds eat the insects, and some birds eat the other animals. And how these birds eat, as they are not having their own hands, so how these birds eat, they eat with the help of their beak, and they uses their claws to catch the prey. अब बर्ड्स अपनी बीक से खाना खाते हैं और वो अपने फीड्स जो उनके क्लॉस होते हैं उनकी मदद से वो अपना जो भी फूड आइटम होता है उसको उससे कैच करते हैं एंड देन दे ईट विद द हेल्प ऑफ देयर beak. Then we read in detail about the beaks and their types, and as there are the different birds in the world, so each bird is having the different shape of its beaks. Some birds are having very short beaks, some has long beaks, some have curved beak, and we eat lot of different kinds of we have read lot of different kinds of birds. So the sparrows, pigeons, and peacock, they are having short, hard, and pointed beak, while the parakeets, they are having curved and the strong beak for cutting the fruits and nuts. Then swallow is a bird, and it also has a short and broad beak. And the woodpecker, we have learned they are having very pointed beaks. So with the pointed beak, the woodpecker make a hole in the tree, and then woodpecker eats the insects. Then next is the hummingbird. So hummingbird also has a long and thin and pointed beak, and hummingbird is the bird who only sucks the nectar from the flower. Next, we learned about the hoppo. Hoppo also has a long, thin, and slightly curved beak. Through it, they can make a hole in the ground and eat the insects. Then duck and swans, they are having broad and flat beak with a tiny hole in it. So with that tiny hole, they scoop some water outside and then eats the insects and the plants. And then we have read about the kingfishers and the herons. They both have long beak and they both eat the fish. And last one, we have read about the birds of prey, that and those the birds who eat the other animals. They eat the flesh of other birds like eagles, hawks, and vultures. So moving forward to the next, we learn. I take a little review of the beaks. Now moving forward to the feet and the claws. That what is the shape of the feet and the claws of the bird. So as there are different birds, so they are having different kinds of feet and claws depending on how and where they live. वो अपनी लिविंग सिचुएशंस के अकॉर्डिंग हर बर्ड हैबिटेट के अकॉर्डिंग हर बर्ड की जैसे बीक डिफरेंट होती है वैसे उसके क्लॉस और फीट भी डिफरेंट होते हैं. So the purpose of basically of these class are they hold the and they catch and hold their food. So they also help us in fight and move too. So in detail, we will learn about how many types of claws are there. First one is the perching birds. So the perching examples of perching birds are like pigeons, crows, sparrows. These are the perching birds, and they all are having three toes. In this is a feet of a sparrow, and this is a feet and claws of a crow. So you have seen they all are having three toes. First, one, two, and three. Here I'm moving the cursor. This is a front three toes, and one back. Here is in the back. ये जब भी किसी ब्रांच के ऊपर बैठते हैं तो वो इकट्ठे बैठते हैं ब्रांच के ऊपर या वायर्स पे आपने इलेक्ट्रिकल वायर्स के ऊपर जो है बर्ड्स को बैठे हुए देखा होगा सो ये जब भी बैठते हैं द स्पैरो क्रो एंड द पिजन्स दे आर हैविंग फ्रंट 3 टोस वो जो कि उसको ग्रिप करने में मदद देते हैं और बैक वन आल्सो holds it to frame they give the sports and they give the firmness and that's why you have seen the birds also sleep in night on the trees कभी कभी तो बहुत ज्यादा बारिश भी हो रही थी या रात को स्टॉर्म भी आया होता है तो ये बर्ड्स इस तरह तो अगर उनके ऐसे पर्चिंग बर्ड्स के ऐसे टोस ना हो ऐसे उनके क्लॉस ना हो तो वो तो इजीली दरख्त से फॉल ऑफ कर जाएं तो इन with the shape of these kinds of clothes they are not be able to fall off towards the ground when they are sleeping वो सोए हुए भी दरख्तों से या वायर से नीचे इसलिए नहीं गिरते क्योंकि उनके जो क्लॉस हैं उन्होंने उनको सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड की होती है next type of birds are scratching birds so scratching birds are those who make scratch in the grounds and for eating their food. So these birds, types of birds, are also having the 3 toes. Here is 1, 2, and 3 toes in the front, and one its back. So they are their toes are very sharp from the front and from the back. So their toes helps them to dig the ground and they eat the seeds and the worm in the ground when they dig the ground with the help of their toes they eat the seeds that are inside the ground and the worms so the example of these scratching birds are the hens mostly dig the grounds and eat little worms so they are known as the scratching birds next are the climbing birds the birds the feet and the claws of the climbing birds are two at the two sharp claws you can see on the front side and two at the back. They also provide the grip to the tree and the example of these climbing birds are the woodpecker as woodpecker is going to with the help of their beak they make the hole in the bark of the tree वो tree के अंदर holes करते हैं और उसमें से insects जब वो खाते हैं तो उनकी स्ट्रॉन्ग ग्रिप प्रोवाइड करते हैं उनके ये क्लॉज जो कि उनके टू शार्प फ्रंट टोस हैं एंड टूज आर द बैक साइड सो दे आल्सो प्रोवाइड द बैलेंस जब डेफिनेटली वो होल कर रहा है तो उसको बैलेंस भी चाहिए होगा और वुड को पकड़ने के लिए सो दीज क्लॉज हेल्प देम टू बैलेंस ऑन द ट्री एज वेल next type of claws we are going to read about the flesh eating birds those who eat the meat of other animals they are known as the flesh eating birds so they are having very powerful feet with these powerful feet they grasp their वो जोर से अपने prey को पकड़ लेते हैं जिन्हें उन्होंने खाना होता है then they are having curved and sharp claws you can see their claws shapes is look like a curved the examples of these birds are hawks, vultures, and the eagles. So they are having the sharp claws. They are known as a flesh-eating birds, and their sharp and curved claws are also known as the talons. And they capture their prey with the help of these talons. Next is the swimming birds. So they also having the same shape. They are also having 3 toes. You can see 1, 2, and 3. But with these toes, their toes are joined. You can see these toes are joined and making a webbed feet. We can see those birds who swim in the water. They are having the webbed feet. So with these feet, they paddle in the water and move pushes the water back and then they move forward like the ducks and swans swims in the water so they are having these webbed feet and they help them to paddle in the water. Next are the wading birds. Wading birds are those birds known as a wading birds who walk in the water, जो पानी के अंदर चलते हैं, like cranes, flamingos, and herons. These are the birds who walk in the water. So when they walk in the water, so they are having long and thin legs, and also they are having the spread out toes. You have seen their toes are very spread out, and they wade in the waters means walk in the water, and their legs do not sink because they are having long thin legs. So that's why their legs do not sink and they easily walk in the water. So these birds are known as a wading birds. Next birds are known as a flightless bird. Flightless bird are those birds which cannot fly, जो कि उड़ते नहीं हैं, उड़ नहीं सकते हैं, but they are having very strong legs. उनकी जो legs होती हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा strong होती हैं. They also have the sharp claws. उनके पंजे बहुत ज़्यादा sharp होते हैं. Claws means उनके feet. And with the help, why they are having strong legs, because they kick very powerful. अगर कोई भी उन्हें dangerous things नजर आ रही है, वो अपने enemy को अपनी strong powerful legs के साथ वो उसे kick करता है. And the example of these flightless birds are the kiwi and the ostrich, and their legs also helps them to walk and the running. So next is how do the birds fly. Birds कैसे फ्लाई करते हैं, as you all know that they are having wings. अब हर बर्ड की जो बॉडी होती है वो कवर होती है डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ feathers से. अब जो feathers होते हैं वो बहुत ही लाइट होते हैं और fluffy होते हैं. When you have seen two birds fighting with each other, their feathers fall down in the ground. जब आपने कभी भी किसी भी birds को लड़ते हुए देखा, उसके feathers उड़ के ground पे fall off कर जाते हैं. Why they fall off easily? Because they are very light and fluffy. और यही जो फीदर्स होते हैं, जैसे हम लोग तो वी कीप आवरसेल्फ वार्म व्हेन वेयरिंग द क्लोथ्स, तो ये बर्ड्स कैसे अपने आप को वार्म रखते हैं, उनके जो फीदर्स होते हैं, उनकी बॉडी पे टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फीदर्स होते हैं. एक दिस फीदर्स आर नोन एज अ फ्लाइट फीदर्स व्हिच हेल्प्स देम टू फ्लाइट, जो कि लॉन्ग लॉन्ग फीदर्स होते हैं. एंड सेकंड वन इज दैट द डाउन फीदर्स, और जो डाउन फीदर्स होते हैं वो उनकी बॉडी को पूरी कवर किया होता है. अब उसकी जो विंग्स के जो फीदर्स होते हैं उन्हें फ्लाइट फीदर्स कहते हैं. एंड ऑल रेस्ट ऑफ द फीदर्स दैट कवर द बॉडी ऑफ अ बर्ड आर नोन एज द डाउन फीदर्स. एंड वी हैव सीन the flight feathers are long and the stiff. वो बहुत ज़्यादा stiff होते हैं, so that when they fly in the air उनके feathers easily fall off ना कर जाएं. So that's why they are very stiff. और इनके जो flight feathers होते हैं, where we can see them, we can see these feathers in their wings and in the tail of the bird. The feathers flight feathers were found on the wings and the tail, and they shed their feathers, और वो side by side अपने feathers shed भी करते रहते हैं. Then the new one is further growing. As you all know that this is a basically shape of a bird, so they are having the two wings. You have seen these are the two wings and they are attached with the muscle of the bird. यहाँ से ये बर्ड का मसल है जहाँ पे टू फीदर्स अटैच हो रहे हैं. अब जो बॉडी को कवर किए हुए हैं, दे आर द डाउन फीदर्स, और जिसकी मदद से बर्ड फ्लाई करता है, एंड इट्स टेल आल्सो हेल्प्स इन द फ्लाई. So these feathers are known as a flight feather, or that's why they flap. Here is a spelling mistake, student. Here is a word flap, not flag. They flap their wings up and down. अब आपने किसी स्पैरो को, पिजन को, क्रो को स्काई में फ्लाई करते हुए देखा होगा. वो जब उड़ रहे होते हैं तो वो अपने विंग्स को अप एंड डाउन मूवमेंट करते हैं. So they move their wings up and then down. So the upward movement, when they move their wings towards the upward side, so this movement is known as the upstroke. When they move their feathers down, So this moment is known as a downstroke. So from this picture you might be understand well students. Here you can see when a bird or sparrow is flying, first they do the upstroke. सबसे पहले वो उड़ने के लिए सबसे पहले अपने feathers को up करता है, that is the upstroke. फिर वो उसके बाद अपने feathers को down करता है, then up. So this up and down strokes will able a bird to fly. ठीक है, clear हो गया यहाँ तक? These ups and down strokes helps a bird to fly smoothly in the sky. इस इस मोमेंट से बर्ड इजीली और आराम से फ्लाई कर लेगा स्काई में. So these are the moment when, again I am repeating, when the wings move upward, the moment is known as the upstroke. When the wings moves downward, they are known as the downstroke. So upward downstroke and then upward stroke and then downstroke is like this a bird fly in the sky. Next, some birds flap their wings and some birds glide their wings. अब जो birds flap करते हैं, they use the moment of upward upstroke and the downstroke. The examples of these birds are the sparrows and the hummingbirds. They flap their wings from up and down. So those birds who didn't flap their wings, the example of these birds are the kites, eagles, hawks, vultures. They are also known as the flesh eating birds, and they glide in the sky. Glide means to say that उनके wings जो हैं upward और downward नहीं जाते, वो जब भी आसमान में उड़ते हैं, that birds they open their wings smoothly. जैसे कि एक एरोप्लेन नहीं मूव कर रहा था, उसके wings up and down मूव नहीं करते, उसके wings straight होते हैं. Similarly, these birds, kites, eagles, and the hawks, vultures, they glide in the sky and they do not flap. उनके wings जो हैं वो flap नहीं होते हैं. So till then we are going to read here, and one by one I am going to recall the student's name. And students, now you can unmute yourself when I recall the name of that student. So open your books, page number 49. We are moving forward to our classwork. So first student who is going to continue is Isha. Yes, Isha, you are going to open book,
Yes,
page number
teacher.
49.
49.
And yes, 49. Start reading from the feeds and the clause.
Yes, teacher.
Start reading
Feet
from the
and
page number. Yes.
different birds have different kind of feet and calls, depending on how and where
It's
they
not
live.
dipping, it's
They use
depending.
their feet and claws
To catch.
claws
Isha, your
to
voice
catch
is not
the
coming.
hold their food. They also use them to fight and
Isha, your voice is not coming.
on.
We can't hear Isha's voice. So moving forward to the next student. Hmm, Samaha.
Assalamualaikum, teacher.
Walaikum assalam, Samaha. Continue from the perching birds.
Birds like sparrows and crows have three toes in front and one at the back. They use these toes to firmly
hold.
firmly hold on to the branch of a tree and sit on it. This is called reaching. The grip is so firm that they do not fall off even when they are stepping on the branch.
Okay, next are the scratching birds will be read by Tuba. Second, on page number 49, the second type of bird that are the scratching birds.
Catching birds have scratched the ground for children birds. They have strong legs with three toes in front and one at the back. The toes have sharp claws hitting the ground. Timber birds. Climbing birds like woodpeckers have two sharp clappered toes pointed in front and two at the back. These two toes help them grasp the
Grabs.
grabs the sides of trees and balance while they peel the wood.
Okay, Tuba. Next, moving forward to the Imtishal. Imtishal continue from page number 50, flesh eating birds. Imtishal, are you here? Imtishal continue from page number 50, that flesh eating birds.
Teacher.
Imtishal, are you here and listening to me? Till then, Imtishal is not responding. We are going moving forward to the next student, Sath. Mahat, your turn will be next after on. Yes, Sath, continue from the flesh eating birds.
Flesh eating birds like eagle and hawks use their feet to capture their prey. They have powerful feet, their fur is curved and sharp claws called talons.
Swimming birds.
Swimming birds like doves have webbed feet. They have three toes in front and one at the back. The front are joined by flaps in cold web. They use the big by bring the web meat like barrel to cook and the water while swimming.
Okay, moving forward to Mahat.
Swimming birds.
No,
Swimming
no,
birds
wading
like
birds. Mahat Saad has done the swimming and the flesh eating birds. You are moving forward to the wading birds.
wedding birds. Birds like Canis,
cranes,
pings,
cranes,
cranes, and herons have long and thin legs with
flamingos,
living goats and herons have long and thin legs with long, thin, and sparrowed out toes.
spread out,
Spread out toes. When they wade
wait,
in the water, their legs do not sink into the soft mud. Crane, ostrich. The ostrich is a
next,
flightless,
yeah,
flightless bird. It has strong legs and sharp
flightless,
flightless, flightless bird. It has strong legs and sharp claws to protect itself from its enemy by kicking powerfully. The ostrich uses its strong legs to walk and run.
okay, good. Moving forward to Hatija.
Teacher? Hello, teacher.
Yes, Danyal.
Teacher.
Yes, Hatija, continue. Wait a minute, Hatija. Yes, Danyal, what are you saying?
Teacher? Teacher?
Who is saying teacher during the class? I can't recognize the voice of that child. Okay, Hatija,
Teacher, Panna?
continue. Which
Yes.
student has muted their mic? Imtishal and Ifham, kindly mute yourself until unless I didn't say to you to unmute.
अच्छा नहीं मैंने तो वो जो मैंने दिया वो
Imtishal, do not touch the mic as there are a lot of voice coming from your side. Imtishal, I say do not turn it on.
नहीं तो छोटा वो जो था ना
Imtishal, if you again turn on your mic, I will uh, shift you into the waiting room. Yes, Khatija, continue from page number 51.
51.
Yes.
Most birds can fly. Their body is covered with different types of
Oh,
feathers. Birds have
yes.
small and fluffy feathers which cover their body and keep them warm. These are called down feather. The long and stiff flight feather are on the wings and tails. These help a bird to fly. Birds shed their feathers from time to time and new feathers grow in their place. टीचर आगे पढ़ना है?
Yes, continue. Next student who is continue, that is Dania.
Okay. Teacher, page number?
पेज नंबर 51 below the activity. Activity के नीचे से जो पैराग्राफ है वहां से कंटिन्यू करना है दानिया.
Birds have two wings which help them to fly. The wings have light feathers and are attached to the body with strong muscles. They use these muscles to flap the wings. The body of a bird is shaped like a boat. Their bones are hollow and light. The tail helps with the speed, and direction. These features of a bird help it to fly easily. Birds flap their wings up and down to fly. The movement of wings is known as upstroke, and the downward movement is known as downstroke.
Okay, Dania, continue from page 52 to you are going to finish it. Finish the reading.
Small birds like sparrows and hummingbirds flap their wings. Some birds, like the kite, glide in the sky. They have strong wings and we do not flap them often. Some birds, like the ostrich and kiwi, cannot fly at all. Nesting habits. Bird build
Okay, student.
nest.
Okay, till that, Dania, till that we are going to finish today. So, nesting habits we build here is a now you know. Filling the blank number one. A sparrow has a dash dash and dash beak. It has a short, hard, and the pointed beak. Fill it in the blanks.
Teacher,
Yes.
your screen I cannot see.
Who is there? Kindly also.
Mahad.
Okay, Mahad, I am going to. Okay, Mahad, I am going to tell you. You are going to write. Then first one, a sparrow has a short. In first line, you are going to write
Teacher, I done it. Short, hard,
short.
pointed.
You are going to yes, short, hard, and pointed. This is the first one. Filling the blanks. Then now second, moving forward to the second one. The claws of hunting birds, like eagles, are also known as the talons. Talons, talons. The last one, the dash is a flightless bird with strong legs to walk and run is the ostrich. Ostrich, ostrich. Again, I'm repeating is the first blank, short, hard, and pointed. Second one, talons. Third one, ostrich. Yes, students, I hope everyone has done it. So we are having homework. Yes.
I cannot see your screen.
Mahal, again reconnect it. Have you done that now? You know.
Now you know I done.
Okay, so now I have shared the screen of the homework, and your homework is that uh, on book page number 46 there is a exercise of chapter number 6. So what you have to do, you have to do here is in page number 46. You can open your book. Here is draw and label the following. You are going to draw and label the diagrams into your copy. First one, different parts of the plants. You are going to make a picture of a plant and then label its the different parts. अब plants के parts में क्या क्या आ जाएगा? First one, yes.
Teacher, आप देखेंगी homework.
I can't hear what you said. ये मुझसे अभी किसने क्वेश्चन पूछा और जो मुझे बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आई. Yes, Tuba. Kindly repeat your question too. Tuba, what is your question? You are
टीचर टीचर आपका होमवर्क चेक नहीं करना
Tuba, copies was already collected and also then returning back. So now it's difficult to again you are sending if you are sending your copy again in the school nowadays. So then how you are be able to do the next work?
हेलो मैम, ये अपना आपको बर्ड शो करवा रही है अपना, कह रही मेरा होमवर्क चेक कर लेंगे बर्ड का। क्वेश्चन बोलना शुरू कर दो
टीचर
Okay.
क्वेश्चन आंसर